The Steelers, a team that is widely believed to be looking for a quarterback in the draft. They went a long 20 years between Terry Bradshaw and Ben Roethlisberger. In their first draft post-Roethlisberger, could they take a quarterback in round one? Here is Coach Mike Tomlin and GM Kevin Colbert at their pre-draft press conference talking about the possibility of taking a quarterback early in the draft.
See, anything we did in free agency is not going to preclude us from drafting a player at that position. The quarterback is the most critical position in our sport, and we have to get that right. Could we add somebody? Yes. Could we start the season without adding anybody? Yes. And we'll see where it all goes.
So I know that the process that we've gone through in terms of getting to know the quarterback pool has gained some attention, but it's not an irregular process for us in terms of locking in and getting a feel for a certain pool within the pool, if you will. I think that is the ultimate competitor's position. And so those that run to and not from competition, those that embrace competition and the intensity of it and the anxiety maybe associated with it, I think they have a leg up. Obviously, there's some pedigree-related things per the position, arm strength, accuracy, and so forth, but that's evident. It's either present or it's not. The intangible quality associated with competition, I think, is something that's valuable.
Mike Tomlin's got to be one of those dads that when the kids grow up, they got 50 sayings that dad always said. I want people who run to competition, not away from it. I want volunteers, not hostages. He's got a whole list of things he believes, but he's been wildly successful. And, Mike, the big talk is Pitt's Kenny Pickett, Liberty's Malik Willis. Peter King has the Steelers taking Pickett in his mock draft. Sims has the Steelers picking Willis. I have a feeling that if they're going to take either guy, they're moving up from 20. They don't want to get leapfrogged. We've seen them move up in round one in the past for guys they really wanted. I think they recognize if we really want one of these guys, we're not going to play this game and hope they fall. We're going to go get him because nobody's ever going to remember what we gave up to get him if we truly believe that this is the guy we want, Mike.
So first, my son Mike was in training camp with the Steelers and just loved Mike Tomlin, just kind of the way he spoke and the way he coaches. I love the guy as a coach. Even Mike Tomlin can make saying nothing sound good. Because, you still want to listen to the way he's going to say it right now. And listen, we know where they are. If Mason Rudolph was going to be the guy, they wouldn't have got Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is trying to rebound from his career, and his fan base is saying it was Nagy's fault, in Chicago, and then he sat behind Josh Allen. Now he's going to go. But if they're not sold on him, they take that quarterback. And I don't know who they have graded higher. We hear Pickett, we hear Willis. We'll wait and see if they take a quarterback, whoever they take, who they think is higher. But Pickett, we know, had a lot of experience in college against, Power 5. Malik Willis did not. So you think about if they take a Willis, if they like them better, he can sit behind Trubisky, who's going to be the quarterback this year. And he can kind of like Trey Lance behind Garoppolo, and then we'll see. But that's the one thing I don't know. I don't know who they have rated higher, but that's the one thing that we always find with the draft. And a quarterback, that's who you go get if you want to trade up to go get him. But the grade has to be there. If you have 1 point separating them by grade, the two quarterbacks we're talking about, by your team, then you're not going to make a big move for the one if you can get the other. If you have a significant difference or one that you think will fit the system better, then you do. Then that's the stuff we just don't know right now.
And, when they've drafted a franchise quarterback, when they got Terry Bradshaw, top of the draft, when they got Ben Roethlisberger, he was the last guy after Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers.
Right.
The idea that they may have to choose between one of the two, I don't know that I want to make that choice. I don't want to guess wrong here. I'll let somebody else choose him, and I'll take whoever's left over because you want to get it right. If you're splitting hairs between Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis and you pick the wrong guy, oh, boy, you're never going to live that down.
Yep.
But, Mike, I mentioned that long 20 years. Go back and look. You can find the list on Google of the Steelers starting quarterbacks. It was a long 20 years. They somehow got to a Super Bowl with Neil O'Donnell because it was so driven by defense. And when they get Roethlisberger, they start winning Super Bowls again. And so I think they recognize they can't start down this path of like the Colts are doing. It's a Band-Aid every year. It's a veteran Band-Aid every year while we try to hold a team together. We got to go get a quarterback, and we got to groom a guy that can become another franchise player for this team.
I mean, Mike, did we see the stat? And I hope I get the years right. I think it ended. I think it was 2005 to 2017, because after 17, you want to give those quarterbacks time. But I believe it was in that time frame, 5 to 17, there were 35 quarterbacks taken in the first round. 2 are on their original team. 2, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. Okay, so I mean. What are we doing? I mean, it's a crapshoot. So we sit there and say, oh, I don't want to make that decision. I get what you're saying, but that's what you have scouts for. That's what you have a coaching staff for. That's what you have a GM for. They're supposed to break everything down and say, this person is this great and fits in with our team this way. And you still are rolling the dice. We still have no idea how they're going to do. It is such a crapshoot, and the only good thing now is, from a team's aspect, is it costs them a lot less money. Because I think Sam Bradford was the last number 1 quarterback before the rookie scale and got like $50 million guaranteed. And then the first quarterback who was number 1 after that, I think got in the low 20s, and I know it's gone up ever since. But now it's less risky monetarily when you take one and they bust. But, man, they still bust. And that always happens. And you know what? It always is going to happen.
By the time you get down to number 22, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot less financially risky. And look, if it doesn't work out, you'll be in position in a few years to do it all over again. One of the reasons that the Steelers didn't draft a franchise quarterback during that 20-year window, they rarely were in position to do it. They rarely did so poorly that they had a high draft pick. And the possibility of being able to get a guy at 20 or maybe spring up into the high teens, that is something they have to seriously consider. And this may be a good year to do it because the quarterback class isn't as highly regarded. If they really love a guy, if they really think there's a guy there who's the answer, and we don't know the answer to that yet, and we won't know until Thursday night, I think they go do it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.